It's the Bay Area Quiz Kids. Brought to you by the San Mateo Credit Union. And now, the best host on the West Coast, Brad Friedman.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Quiz Kids, into a truly avian battle today. Let's meet our teams over here with 310 points from their previous encounter, the Fremont High School Firebirds. And they're taking on a team that already has 340 points, the Saratoga Falcons. They're going to add today's scores to these previous scores, see if they make it to our third round. So let's clean off the bottom of the birdcage and begin by meeting the Fremont team with Sean Keating. Hey, Sean.
Hi.
Last summer, you took part in a German-American summer school. You were actually working there.
Yes, I was working as a teacher's assistant.
Teacher's assistant. And you worked with the kindergartners?
I did, 3 to 5-year-olds.
Now, how do you know German? Because we don't usually study that in school.
Yeah, no, my mother came here from Germany, so I learned a lot from her, and I also took 12 years of Saturday school.
Well, then you must have been a big help to them and had fun with those kids.
Yeah, it really was great.
Good for you. Hillary Manning, they say that everyone has a novel buried deep inside. You've already written a novel.
Yes.
And a lot of short stories, so you love writing, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely something I want to pursue as part of a career, or at least continue on throughout the rest of my life.
Fantastic. And I always ask about authors or teachers that inspired you, and you told us about a teacher that inspired you.
My 8th grade literature teacher, Sister Jolene, she let me write in her class, and she read through my stories and edited some of them, so she was a real inspiration and help for me.
Good for her. That's nice. Sarah McKee, you just finished the water polo season. You're last with Fremont.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. The water polo team's kind of been like my family since I was a freshman, so I didn't really know anybody when I came to high school.
So they were your best buddies.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss them a lot, and but I want to continue playing water polo in college, so I'm not gonna lose that.
Good for you. Excellent. So let's give you guys a chance to earn some points. I have 3 categories here. You pick a category. I'll ask you 7 10-point questions. Give me all the right answers, and I'll give you a 30-point bonus. Today's scary categories are Cape Fear, Something Rotten Here, and No Return. Which category do you want?
We'll go with Something Rotten Here.
Something Rotten Here. Name these things that are Danish. Yes, they will complain. All right, here's your first question. He wrote The Little Mermaid and other children's stories.
Hans Christian Andersen?
That's right. His data greatly aided Kepler, although Kepler practically had to steal it from this silver-nosed boss.
I don't know this one.
Tycho Brahe. This largest island in the world is still administered by Denmark.
Greenland?
That is correct. He developed a model for the atom and contributed to the Copenhagen interpretation of quantum mechanics.
Oh, God. No.
Niels Bohr. The greatest Danish philosopher, he wrote Either Or. We're not up on our Danish philosophy?
Not recently.
Soren Kierkegaard. Denmark sold these islands to the U.S. during World War I.
Sorry, Miss Griffin.
They were the Virgin Islands. This play takes place after Claudius seized the throne of Denmark. The crown prince is a melancholy Dane.
Hamlet?
That is right, Hamlet. That gives you 30 points. Congratulations. We'll be right back to meet their other team after these messages. Let's say hello to the Saratoga Falcons. Shannon Galvin. Over the holidays, I visited my 10-year-old niece, and she introduced me to all her Barbies. But you have a much more interesting collection.
Yeah, I collect Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels.
Yes.
Those are old, like me. I mean, how many Hot Wheels do you have?
About 200 now.
200? Yeah. What's your favorite car? Do you have one? That's an unfair question.
It's hard to say.
But you enjoy your Hot Wheels? That's excellent. VJ Menon, you have a collection as well.
Yeah, I collect road signs.
Okay, so I asked Shannon about it, and she said she plays with her Hot Wheels. You play with your road signs.
Well, I mean, it's like you can use them for different situations. So like if you have a stop sign, like someone comes into the room, you just hold it up and they just stop.
Right, or you say if you're arguing with your sister and she will not give in, you hold up the yield
Exactly.
sign.
People just don't appreciate it.
That's because it's weird, VJ. Jeremy Pham, you read comic books.
Yes.
You read the wrong comic books. You don't read DC.
I read Marvel because they're superior.
Well, there have been a lot of movies. So, like, is there a favorite hero that you have you like seeing on screen?
I like the Hulk, but I didn't like the movie.
We'll see. There you go. It's like reading a book and then seeing the movie. You don't like it.
Exactly.
Well, hopefully the Captain America film or the Thor movie will be better.
Possibly.
We'll hope so. All right, let's give you guys a chance to earn some points. Do you want Cape Fear or No Return?
Let's do No Return.
No Return. These are a very happy series of categories today. All the answers imply some sort of total destruction. We have a very strange question writer. All right. In this movie, an American officer runs his own kingdom during the Vietnam War.
Grenades in Vietnam.
No, it's Apocalypse Now. This town in ancient Syria is known in the Bible as the ultimate conflict.
Babylon?
Armageddon. When Louis XV said, "After me is the flood," he seemed to predict this 1789 event.
French Revolution?
Correct. A 2009 disaster movie and some interpretations of the Mayan calendar predicted the end of the world in this year.
2012.
Isn't that great? This REM song says it starts with an earthquake.
The earthquake.
It's the end of the world as we know it. In Norse mythology, which we all love, the gods all die fighting the forces of chaos at this battle.
Ragnarok?
Ragnarok is correct. This is what we call the explosion of a star.
Supernova?
That is right. For 40 points, congratulations. We will return with the second round. Don't go away. We're back, and we're grateful to all the coaches of all the schools who help the teams out to get them ready for Quiz Kids. Let's give a hand to the two coaches for these teams today. From Fremont High School, Mr. Brian Irvine. And from Saratoga High School, Ms. Anjali Menon. Time to play the three-for-all. So put your hands on your buzzers, and the first one to buzz in and get a right answer will control the round. Here's your first question. Which national anthem is set to the tune of an 18th century drinking song, To Anacreon in Heaven? VJ.
The Irish one.
The Irish one? Yeah. No, you can steal.
Battle Hymn of the Republic? I don't know.
No, closer though. It's the Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, well.
Name the Greek mathematician whose buoyancy led him to leap out of his bath shouting, VJ.
Archimedes.
Right. Eureka is the leading city of which California county?
What's up there?
Yuma.
Humboldt County. Which Canadian provincial capital is home to the NHL's Oilers? VJ.
Edmonton.
Right. In which province is Edmonton located?
Alberta.
And for 40 points, the only city in Alberta more populous than Edmonton is which host city of the 1988 Winter Olympics?
Montreal.
Calgary. At this temperature, a substance's vapor pressure equals atmospheric pressure. Name this characteristic temperature that for water at sea level is 100 Celsius. VJ.
212 Fahrenheit.
No.
Something in bio, isn't it?
Boiling point?
Yes. For 20 points, what analytical technique with vacuum and fractional forms is used to separate compounds based on their different boiling points?
Give it to you.
You can do this. I don't remember. I know this.
I remember. It's distillation.
I don't like you.
It's, well, because I'm reading it. I know. But anyway, it is the best-selling cookie in the world with 6 billion sold.
Oreos?
Yes. The original Oreo recipe by my grandmother used what rendered fat product in its cream filling?
Lard?
Yes. Food and Wine magazine recently referred to lard as the new health food because it is replacing vegetable shortenings containing what unhealthy ingredient?
Unsaturated fat? Or saturated fat?
We're looking for trans fat.
Oh, trans fat. Shoot.
The eerie painting Persistence of Memory is one of the most famous works by which surrealist Spanish artist?
Picasso.
Salvador Dali?
Correct. Dali claimed that his trademark flamboyant mustache was influenced by what 17th century painter of Las Meninas?
You got the first one.
I don't know.
There's a picture of him eating an Oreo cookie. Diego Velázquez. What term for a market with a single dominant seller shares its name with a board?
Monopoly?
Yes, Sarah. The industries of corporate auditing, passenger jets, and automobiles are examples of what market form that is dominated by a few large sellers?
Trust. Trust.
It's like an...
Trust.
An oligopoly.
I knew it because it was...
In which ocean would you find the Maldives and the Seychelles? Yes, VJ.
Indian.
For 20 points, which island in the Indian Ocean is also the name of a cartoon and a sequel about an escape from the Central Park Zoo?
Madagascar.
Madagascar is sometimes mistaken for what smaller island nation to the east that was the home of the now extinct dodo bird?
Little Madagascar.
No, Mauritius. What is Prince Charles of England's actual last name? Schwartz. No. Windsor. James Monroe was one of 3 presidents who died on what national holiday? VJ.
July 4th.
Yes. Name the other Virginia-born president who died exactly 5 years earlier in 1826.
Jefferson.
And for 40 points, which of Jefferson's rivals in the 1796 and 1800 presidential election also died on the same day?
Adams.
You got 40 points. We will be right back after these messages. We're back, and here's the next toss-up question. Brass is an alloy of copper and what other element? Sean.
Tin.
Say?
Tin.
No. You can steal.
Iron.
Zinc. A line of soldiers standing side by side is a rank. What do we call a line of soldiers standing one in front? Jeremy?
File.
What feline name is given to a strike taken by rank and file union members without authorization of union officials?
Cat.
A wildcat strike. Casimir Funk, my stage name, discovered and named what general class of molecules whose deficiency can cause diseases such as beriberi and scurvy? VJ.
Vitamins.
Which vitamin can be synthesized by sun exposure and is often added to milk?
Vitamin D.
Vitamin D.
Say again?
Vitamin D.
D is right. What is the name for vitamin B3?
Riboflavin.
No, it's niacin. Stanley is the capital of what archipelago in the South Atlantic off the coast of South America? The Falklands. Old U.S. quarters were made of which metal that is the best conductor of electricity? Hillary?
Zinc?
No.
No.
Copper.
Silver. Participants in the caber toss often do it in a kilt. What country is home to the caber toss? VJ?
Scotland.
Right. A Scottish traditional recipe involves boiling oats and sheep's kidneys inside a sheep's stomach. We're having this for lunch today. What do the Scots call this delicacy?
Haggis.
Yes. Name the Scottish poet who wrote Ode to a Haggis. I'm choking on my phlegm. Hurry.
Friedman.
Friedman? No. Robbie Burns. Which Asian city was the first to host the Summer Olympics in Shannon?
Beijing.
No, in 1964.
Just say a Chinese city.
Your name?
Tokyo?
Yes. In 1988, what became only the second Asian city to host the Summer Olympics?
Beijing?
No, Seoul. Ebola has been out of the news for a few years. That's too bad, huh? It is named for a river valley in what African nation? Hillary?
The Ebol River?
No.
No, in
You guys have any idea?
Congo.
The Congo. One type of Ebola is named for what name used by the Congo between 1965 and 1997?
Zaire.
Yes, and for 40, Zaire became the Republic of the Congo in 1997 following the overthrow of what dictator?
Lawrence.
It was Mobutu. The first historic woman to appear on U.S. currency was what 19th century? VJ.
Susan B. Anthony.
What was the denomination of this coin?
$1.
And some pundits claim the coin failed because it was too close in size to what other U.S. coin?
Quarter.
You got 40 points. Everyone associates Canada with ice hockey, but a game popular in prep schools, Shannon?
Lacrosse.
Yes. The name lacrosse comes from the resemblance between the lacrosse stick and what stylized staff of office carried by bishops?
The cross.
No, the crozier. Water molecules move from a hypotonic solution across a semi-permeable membrane to a hypertonic one in which special case of diffusion?
Osmosis.
That is right. Reverse osmosis is used aboard ships to produce what essential substance from seawater?
Water.
What kind of water?
Salt water? Or no?
Fresh water.
Fresh water.
It's drinking water.
Drinking water.
We're going to go on. All right. What country would you go to visit the original Edam cheese market? There were great cheese questions here. The Netherlands. How many neutrons are there in an ordinary helium atom? Shannon.
2.
Correct. How many neutrons are there in an ordinary hydrogen atom?
1.
0. And that's the end of the round. 260 for Saratoga, 100 for Fremont. We'll see what happens in our final round. We'll be right back.
Tournament champions will win an all-expenses-paid trip to Europe, courtesy of ACIS.
Welcome back, and we have 260 for Saratoga, 100 for Fremont. We're going to do the final round. We're going to put 3 minutes on the clock. The questions are worth 30 points. Good luck to both teams. Here's the first question. How many voting representatives are in the U.S. House of Representatives? Shannon.
435.
Correct. When a musical number is played in waltz time, what is the time signature? Jeremy.
3-4.
That is right. Which attorney defended the murderers of Bobby Franks, Leopold and Loeb, and opposed William Jennings Bryan in the Scopes monkey trial? Jeremy.
Webster.
No, I'm sorry. You can steal. Clarence Darrow. In ancient Greek theater, what is the term for the multiple speakers who act as a group counterpoint?
The chorus.
Correct. The marimba is the national instrument of Guatemala. This wooden percussion instrument closely resembles what other instrument commonly used to represent the 24th letter of the alphabet? Shannon.
Xylophone.
Correct. Which president was advised by newspapermen Amos Kendall and Francis Blair, who with Vice President Martin Van Buren were in his kitchen cabinet? BJ.
Jackson.
Right. Louis Armstrong was famous for playing what instrument? Jeremy.
Trumpet.
Correct. What Portuguese explorer is credited with being the first to sail directly from Europe to India? Hillary.
Marco Polo.
No. You can steal.
Vasco da Gama.
Correct. What creator of the anatomy lesson of Dr. Nicholas Tulp also painted nearly 100 self-portraits and a large dark canvas known as the Night Watch? Shannon?
Frida Kahlo.
No, you can steal. Rembrandt. A stately title animal perches on a bust of Pallas on a midnight dreary. In what poem about an avian? Hillary.
The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe.
Right.
Poe.
In 2001, Dean Kamen unveiled what device codenamed Ginger and It that was a two-wheeled, self-balancing electronic scooter? Hillary.
The Segway.
Correct. What is the term for plucking a violin string instead of playing it with a bow? Shannon.
Staccato.
I'm sorry?
Staccato.
No. You can steal.
I don't know anything about music.
Pizzicato. In humans, what bone, which articulates superiorly with the hip bones and inferiorly with the patella or kneecap, is the longest in the body? Sarah.
Femur.
Correct. Land of Hope and Glory is a hymn based on the first of what set of 5 marches composed by Edward Elgar and often played at graduations? Yes, Hillary.
Pomp and Circumstance.
Right. What only Confederate state capital east of the Mississippi not to be captured by the Union is the home of Florida State University? VJ.
Tallahassee.
Right. Armistice Day was the first name of which holiday that was... Yes, VJ.
Veterans Day.
Yes. Almost all instruments in the modern symphony orchestra are scored with either a treble or bass clef. One exception is what middle member of the violin family? Hillary.
Viola.
That is right. The score 280, 500. Saratoga wins the game.
Go to quizkids.tv to meet our teams, learn more about the questions on today's show, and to get tickets to see the show in person.
All right, we're going to add Saratoga's winning score of 500 to their previous score, giving them a total of 840 points. And we will add 280 to Fremont's previous score, and they end up with 590. We'll find out in a few weeks whether this takes either team to the 3rd round, and we look forward to seeing you next week for another game of Quiz Kids. Bye-bye.
The following underwriters helped to make this program possible. The San Mateo Credit Union. Additional support provided by the Burlingame Scottish Rite of Freemasonry and the Knights Templar.